In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. My name's Al, and I'm your DM today. With me are Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Daria, Sophie, and Ida. Henrietta?
Hi, I'm Henrietta. I'm from Norway, and I play Mealy, a moon elf wizard.
Yvonne?
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian
Fighter.
fighter.
Laura? Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura from Germany, and I play Byleth, a tiefling wizard.
Daria?
Hi, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland and I play a tiefling sorcerer named Zenis.
Sophie?
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm from Wales and I play a human wizard named Charlotte.
And Ida?
Hi, I'm Ida. I'm from Sweden and I play Lilith, the wood elf cleric.
All right, take it away.
Thank you. So we started last session inside a massive cavern, and inside there is a big, gigantic statue of Asmodeus. The area seems untouched by the mold that's covered most of Contalgrim. We can see some stairs leading in different directions, and we try to figure out where to go. Either we can go downstairs from where we can hear metal against metal, or we can go towards a room in a very far distance where we can hear what sounds like conversations. Violet suggests that we should offer their familiars to go to check, but Charlotte isn't too keen on that idea. She's more, what do you say, caring about her familiar. Mealy sends Rua downstairs eventually, and she can see a green-gray creature that's been shamed. We try to figure out what it is and where to go. Pug uses his dwarven instinct and tells us that the throne room is somewhere above us, but he can't find a direct path. While we are talking, a man, which we think is probably a worshipper or a priest of Asmodeus, show us up. He starts talking in Dwarvish with us, and Sinis is speaking with him, which might not have been the best idea since she kind of offered Charlotte to him during that conversation. So we have to try to convince him that she should let us pass without offering anyone, especially Charlotte, because he rejected Mealy's suggestions about offering the drow. The Asmodeus priest doesn't want to talk to us for anymore, so his invisible friends appears in front of us, and there are more Asmodeus worshippers, and we get into a big fight. So we start fighting, and soon we realize what the green-gray creature was, because goblins are coming upstairs from the cellar, or what is this? We managed to kill off the first goblins, but new ones appear with some more Asmodeus worshippers. Cracker is being hit by magic and isn't able to move or fight, which is very bad since she's our best fighter. We managed to get the priest, who is holding the magic on Cracker, so he loses his concentration, and Cracker is ready to fight her way through the worshippers again. It was an intense fight, but we managed to kill the Asmodeus priest. However, several of the Asmodeus worshippers turns into giants, and they attack Mealy, who went down, which makes me wonder, does she have a death wish? Charlotte managed to save the situation for now. The Wither and Bloom spell, and Melee is up again. However, the fight is not over, and we still have enemies to fight. And that's where we are now.
Well done. Thank you very much. Yes, excellent play by Sophie there with the Wither and Bloom, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah, and terrific play all around by everybody. You guys had a lot of enemies to deal with from various locations, and they have a lot of unusual abilities. They're obviously extremely organized fighters, but they also seem to have some magical or inherently anti-magical, I should say, capabilities. So you all did a terrific job managing it, but it's not over, as Ida just pointed out. So we're starting off at the top of the turn order, and I think it's Lilith's turn.
Yes. I'm gonna move my spear. And I'm gonna move myself so I can see better. And I cast healing words on Melee.
Nice.
So you can heal with 6.
Well done.
Thank you.
And that's me.
Terrific. Well done, Lilith. Daria.
I'm going to cast magic missile at this giant.
Okay. Sorry,
Pew.
the top one or the bottom
The
one?
top one.
Okay, thank you.
Pew. Pew.
Nice. Oh, right. You okay. So that's 11 points, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to move closer to Charlotte.
Right. Yeah, he looks pretty bad. Just about tail end of his health. Well done. Okay, Laura.
Yeah. The enlargement, it didn't seem like you had to concentrate on that, right?
That is an excellent question. I'm going to let you do an Arcana check without using your action, because you actually have that spell, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Of bad. Let me see. 10.
10. Okay, so it's not the most insightful Arcana check. Yeah, I mean, you're in the midst of combat. You're not actually focusing. It's kind of like a passive check almost. Obviously, you know that if it was enlarge reduce, typically there would be a concentration check. But as it was happening, there was a bit of a waver, a little, just an almost indiscernible fluctuation in the size. And you think that possibly the fact that you're in the presence of this unholy place has something to do with it.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at the one that Zenise just damaged.
Yeah, it's almost finished
Um,
off, so why not, right?
Yeah. With fire damage.
Okay.
Hey, yeah. Oh, maybe not.
Zing!
Well, I won't.
I mean,
And
you successfully cast it. It just doesn't successfully land.
yeah. And then I'll go a bit further back. They're too hard to hit.
They are pretty hard to hit.
No, they're giant,
And
giant
yeah,
targets.
and they're huge targets as well. Yeah,
How is this so hard?
I know. Okay, Mealy.
Yes. I am going to disengage.
Okay.
And just look at Cracker and say, all yours, and just move. Right there.
Yep. Smart. Okay, so there are 4 of them left. I feel like, I mean, obviously, some of them are going to go after the closest member, which is Cracker, but I feel like since they nearly took out Mealy, at least one of them's going to chase after Mealy. Or maybe just throw a weapon. Yeah. Okay. So this one is going to try to throw what appears to be an oversized javelin at Mealy that he pulls from his back. He will not have advantage. Laura, would you like to roll a single d20?
Mhm. 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to miss. I guess the other big one, and actually this one will probably skirt move up this way. And this one, 5, 10, 15. I guess she can go there. And so she'll also attack with advantage coming around the back. These two will also naturally attack with advantage because that's kind of what they're doing. So this one gets it not because of the other thing. So I guess it's 3 attack rolls against Cracker. Daria, Sophie, and Ida. D20 each. Yes, with advantage. Sophie, if you can
Oh,
roll once more,
whoops.
please. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So I think 2 of them are going to land on Cracker. That'll be 11 points each. Oh, sorry, 11 points for one, and then the second one is 7, so 18 points.
Okay.
Thank you. And then Cracker's turn.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna recklessly attack while raising this one.
Ooh, yeah. Go for it. Ooh.
1. And there's 2.
Ooh.
Oh, ooh, yeah. So the first one just misses, but the second one is so wow. Jesus Christ.
Finally rolled a good day.
Crazy.
33 points of damage. And those of you who are watching the fight, which is presumably just about everybody, watch in amazement as is Cracker wielding her magic battle axe?
Yep. Great axe.
And the great axe just cleaves right through the midsection,
Oh.
and you just watch as 2 separate halves of what had been a Dirigar just collapse to the ground. Well done. Okay. Presumably Cracker's staying where she is.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, Charlotte, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'm a magic missile. Good old magic missile. This one.
Yeah, the one that looks like he's on death's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll finish him off. Watch this. Pew. Pew. Pew.
Okay, so after the second one,
Oh.
he's dead.
Haha.
He collapses. So you can redirect the third one towards somebody else.
Oh, the other giant lady. That's a lady,
Okay.
right?
Wow. She's no
Yeah, she's
lady,
got.
but
Oh.
that's a joke.
Bald
It's a
lady.
joke. You know, let's just say she lacks in what she lacks in refinement, she makes up for in axe wielding. Okay, very good.
And then I'll use my bonus action to telekinetically push Meowly 5 feet closer to me. With this thing.
Push?
Yeah. Or pull or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she wants to. She can resist if she likes.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. Very good. Does it look like that dance move where like one person pretends they're casting a fishing rod and the other person
Yes.
pretends like they just got caught on the hook and then they start dancing towards them?
No, actually, I was thinking of like when you pretend you're like pulling on a rope or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Nice. All
And
right,
I
Lilith.
moonwalk.
And you moonwalk backwards.
Yeah.
The moon elf is moonwalking.
So stylish.
Yep.
The moon elf walk. I like it.
Is that what she looks like when she does the what's that thing the blade singers do?
Blade song?
The thing. Yeah, is that what you look like when you do blade song?
Singing.
Yeah. Just
Maybe,
moon.
yeah.
Around.
Waving a sword around while she's moonwalking. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Half the armor class bonus is just people being impressed by it.
Yep.
Okay, back to Lilith.
Yes. I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon over there.
Would you like me to make
Oh.
you a spear token for your spiritual weapon? I can make a new one for you.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack that one.
Okay, yes. So that's your both. Ooh, 20. Yeah, that connects nicely.
And then I'm gonna
Wow.
use my way. I could use a spell as well,
You can
right?
use you can use any spell you want.
Then I'm gonna use my guiding bolt
Okay.
on the same creature.
Okay.
Oh,
Zoom.
I was too excited.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
Magic.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well done. Well, you did connect, so that was good.
Yeah.
Well done. Daria.
I'm gonna again cast magic missile at this one. Pew,
Okay.
pew, pew. Oh, 14.
Wow. 14. Nice. Yeah, that it looks quite bloodied at this stage. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Brings us to Byleth.
Yeah. I want to attack the big one with Mind Spike.
Ooh,
And
yes.
hopefully hit. And I guess I'm gonna use my portent.
Oh,
Wait, can I use portent and no, that's automatic that yeah, okay. I'll with the spell I get a spell slot back and then I'll use
Laura just had a whole conversation with herself.
I guess I'll use the 8. And
I was like scrambling, like trying to
hope it
figure out where
works.
you were going with it so I could have an answer, and then you just answered yourself. I was like, okay. Whew, she's given me enough
Okay.
stress today. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's because you asked so
So
many good questions. So could you just I know I was paying attention, but I genuinely don't know what you were talking. So what did you do in the end? You used your portent or something, or
yeah, I used the portent as the save. I used an 8 and I hope that's enough. And
okay, for the
the
mind spike?
divination expert thing, yeah, it's just that I
Okay.
get a first level spell slot back.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. And that will finish her off.
Woo.
Well
Very nice.
done. Yeah. She collapses. She grabs her bald head in both hands, drops the axe, and then you just watch as she makes eye contact with you briefly, and then her eyes just roll back in her head and she falls completely backwards. towards Cracker, just missing Cracker's feet by a couple of inches. And as she collapses, the axe also shrinks back to its original size. Actually, I should change these. All right. Well done, Byleth. Okay. Mealy.
Yes. There's only one left, right?
Yes, it looks like there's only one left.
Yeah.
That you know of.
That I know of. I think I'm just going to do a firebolt at the last one.
Okay.
16. Probably misses.
Yes, that'll just miss. It glances off the armor, so you know you came close. It just didn't penetrate it.
And I'm going to move over to Byleth.
Okay. This one will suddenly disappear. Yvonne, Cracker senses movement since she was just next to it. She's not sure where it is or what's happening, but she suspects that that gray dwarf is moving away or out of Cracker's reach. So you can attempt one opportunity attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
All right, so the 10's going to miss. I think that's, yeah, okay. All right, so it's your turn now. One.
I'm going to turn to the party and say, they're still here, but I can't see where they are.
Yes, excellent. So because Yvonne's used her action, does anybody want to respond? You can say anything within reason. Any ideas? Okay. Then I'll move on to Charlotte. Oh, sorry.
No,
Oh,
no. That was just a yell of what do I do?
getting called on by the teacher.
Yeah. I'm like frantically scrolling through my things to see if I can find something. Oh my gosh.
The old bag of flour. That's what I usually carry around.
Yeah, I'm looking for let me see. Would I still have that not so vanishing dust?
Do you?
It's still in my inventory. I don't
Okay, yeah.
remember getting rid of it. I think it just what's his face took a pinch.
Yes. There was more than one use for more than one application available, but I don't remember
Okay.
how many you guys were given. So it should have, if it wasn't written down, we can just randomly determine it.
Okay.
Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to use it?
Yeah, if possible. But
Okay.
then again, I don't think I can. Where did that guy vanish to again? He was like around
Where
here,
did
right?
he was in the corner southeast of Cracker initially, and now you don't know where he is. But you could roll a perception check to try to find him.
Okay. Yes, I'll do that.
Actually, it was a her,
Here I
but
go. Huh, okay. And you know what? I'm going to use
and
my inspiration.
okay, it will be with disadvantage, so your inspiration will
Oh,
negate the disadvantage because she's no longer visible, but
okay,
it'll be a
sure.
flat roll.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh.
wow. Okay. You think that she has moved slightly up the stairs in this general direction.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna scream and point. She's over there.
Okay, yeah. Because it's a little bit difficult to discern all the way over there when you point exactly where you're pointing. People will have a general idea. They'll know that it's in this kind of area, but they won't know it's exactly that one spot, right? Because
Okay.
it could be 5 feet in front, 10 feet behind, that kind of thing. Sounded like furball, but I think I know what you meant. All right. Okay. Lilith.
Yes. I only have a very vague knowing about where she might be. I was gonna do a perception check, so I don't feel like I would have much more knowing about doing that again. I'm just gonna move my spear somewhere. Well, I can be on that creature. And just gonna swing it. I don't have a clue about where they are.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you roll with disadvantage
Mm-hmm.
because you're close enough. Okay.
Oh, 10.
From where you are, all you see is the spear kind of whiff. You're not sure exactly where it went or what it was aiming for. It didn't seem to make contact and bounce off armor. Let's put it that way. Oh, sorry. Did you want to do something else?
No.
You don't want to move or okay. All right. Thank you very much for keeping track of that. All right, Zanice.
I'm going to cast Fireball. Like here.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. Okay. You want to roll 2 saving throws?
12.
Yes. Let me see. The explosion takes the entire space, and as the fires subside as quickly as they appeared, you briefly see an outline of this dwarf, and there's a whole crackle of smoke and ash around it, and then that little bit disappears, but there's no body. Let's see if it maintains. Oh, there's no concentration checks here, right? So yes, and you're surprised that it maintains concentration because Byleth did a bit of an analysis, but she didn't explain what she found.
Oopsie.
Is there anything else you want to do, Daria?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right, Byleth. Another one.
Yeah.
It's-
Gonna do the exact same in
This
the exact
poor
same
this
position.
this poor thing.
She's not getting away. Hey, yeah.
Wow. All right. We're not even going to roll that one because that's going to be enough to finish her off. And the same thing happens again, but the difference is this time, when she appears, the outline appears, the whole thing kind of explodes, and then you do see just a crumbled pile of bones and ash at the end of it. Well done. As that last follower falls, the air becomes almost electrified around all of you. And there is a noticeable rumbling and a slight vibration, not severe. It doesn't feel like, although you never know if it's just the beginning, it doesn't feel like a full cave in, but there's definitely something happening in this huge temple chamber. And above the fire, and then just all around, the air starts to fill with these colors. And a huge face of a handsome man with horns appears. Why have you given this offering? Henrietta, would you like to take a turn and respond?
Um,
Not to put you on the spot, but you're next
yeah.
up.
We seek aid to find the throne room, maybe? And help
Okay.
with the black mold.
Okay. I'm going to go through a whole turn of everybody making whatever comments they want or doing whatever they want. The head is definitely floating in air. You don't know that it's necessarily a solid object or not. The colors just fill the whole cavern, so that's all you see is just this thing, this giant head.
Do I feel that it's that close to me?
Imagine that it's basically above you.
Okay.
Like it's one of these. None of you can tell this because you haven't shared it yet, but from everybody's perspective, it's above you, but it's above you in a way that it looks like it's in front of you, no matter where you are in the cavern. And you don't have to tilt your head all the way up to the ceiling, but it does look like a gigantic head floating in front of you, looking at you directly as opposed to looking down on you. I mean, it is looking down on you, but it doesn't look like it's looking straight down at, like it's looking at its toes kind of thing. Yvonne, does Cracker wish to say anything?
Cracker recognize this face?
Yeah, roll a history check. And it doesn't have to be your action.
15?
Well, contextually, Cracker has surprising insight and thinks this might be some avatar of Asmodeus.
Okay. Well, Cracker's not going to say anything. Just stand there quietly waiting to see how this all shakes out.
Yep. Smart. Okay. Does she want to tell everybody else that she thinks it's Asmodeus?
Oh, hey, Asmodeus.
He kind of gives you that look like when you're at a party and you see somebody that you know, but you don't really want to actually socialize with too much, and you kind of like lean away a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. Charlotte.
Charlotte is also not going to run her mouth, just in case, you never know. But instead, she's just going to curtsy / kneel and hold that pose.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Pilates. Okay. Curtsy and kneel for like a full 6-second round. That's not easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done. Got to get that glute workout.
She has 14 dexterity.
Ooh,
I love the way you said that. It's like, don't
so
you know?
dexterous.
That's almost genius level of dexterity.
Nice. Very good. Yes. There's a little twinkle in his eye as he watches you perform your nearly acrobatic greeting. Obviously, it went over reasonably well. Lilith.
I'm gonna bow my head and not say anything.
Okay. Yeah, actually, why don't the two of you roll a d20 each,
Okay.
and you can add your charisma modifier if you'd like. So 6 and 50. Ooh, yeah, that curtsy was looking good.
I have 0 on my charisma, though. Modifier.
That's okay.
I
All
have
right.
-1.
-1. Oh, after the curtsy,
No.
he's like a little he's nonplussed about your rather more nonchalant greeting. But he also senses something from Lilith. You can feel he's kind of projecting emotions, and you can feel that he's not so pleased with the idea of a cleric of a competing religion in his temple, especially one that isn't being as deferential as some of the other members of the party. Zanice.
I'm also just gonna bow my head.
Okay. Yeah, give it a roll.
+4.
All right. Oh, +4. Although you don't do a deep curtsy, somehow he looks and stares at you more intently than the others. And you feel like this very inkling of a possible connection. And last but not least, Byleth.
I guess I see everyone bowing, and I'm gonna do a little one too.
A bow?
Awkwardly. Yeah, bow.
Or okay. All right, give it a roll.
Uh-huh. Um,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
that's it.
that's it. Yeah. Not the worst, but not great.
The heart's not in it.
Yes, that's exactly. He senses that. So you wish assistance against the lawful to help the lawful good dwarves of Gauntlgrim. And you slay my worshippers in my own temple. Do you feel this is the appropriate way to gain my succor? And this is a general question, so anybody can respond.
I feel like I've said this a lot of times before, but they attacked us first. And this time it's true. Actually.
Does Mealy have that slightly annoyed voice like, "Oh, I've got to explain it again."
Yeah. Um, and the reason we are helping the dwarves are so that they again can help us with the black mold.
And why should I care about the black mold?
Well, as far as I understand, you're not too keen on demons, and the black mold are coming from Sakmoy. So by helping us, you kind of thwart the demons.
You're helping me to help myself? Is that what you're implying?
I'm just gonna kind of look at the others and help. Help.
Everybody give me an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna use my
Ooh.
inspiration.
Okay. All right. Byleth feels the presence of this probe in her mind, but probably because she's got 18 intelligence, she manages to somehow push it out and deny it, which seems to only pique his interest. And the visual for Byleth specifically is that his eyes are more interested now. Zanice also seems to resist, but only partially, not before some of the aspects of Zanice's recent travels are revealed, almost like a little history book. Lilith and Cracker are just like a complete open book. I mean, right down to the last time they had pizza or whatever it was Cracker was trying to invent. Something red on a piece of pastry with some tomatoes or something. Or some cheese, I think it was. Mm. You travel with tieflings. Most intriguing. And they aren't infernal tieflings, but Mulharandi. Yes. Perhaps I will help you. You make a good case.
I'm gonna puff out my chest. Just be proud of
That was
myself.
me.
Yep, that's me.
Bring the tieflings to me. Let them worship in my temple. They don't have to convert, but they must stay for 1 year in service to the temple. If they choose to accept my religion and stay beyond that, that is entirely their choice. Otherwise, they're free to go so long as they perform all the tasks willingly and to the best of their ability to help support this place and replace the worshippers and the slaves you've killed. In return, I shall assist you in saving the lawful good dwarves of Gontelgrim and eliminating the black mold here. And then he pauses, awaiting everybody's response.
Cracker gives a thumbs up.
All the tieflings?
Well, not you two, just the ones who are obviously looking for a new home. You brought them here for them to have a safe place. What safer place than this temple, which has gone undetected for decades?
Right. Doesn't sound so bad.
It isn't really. You know, being evil is a terrible misalignment. It's really more about looking after yourself. But we still have to follow rules. No one wants unfettered, unchained chaos. Having suffered as much as they have, and sacrificed as much as they have, do they not deserve the opportunity to do something for themselves? In the background, you hear Pug say, "You know, he makes a pretty good point."
What will the tasks be? Do they have to kind of sacrifice each other?
No, we're not barbarians. And then he looks at Cracker. No offense.
Just shrugs. Whatever.
Just the usual maintenance, defense if necessary, although we don't typically have many problems here. Helping indoctrination and receiving new converts and worshippers. They will have to genuinely attempt to learn the scriptures of the faith, but they don't need to accept it into their hearts if they cannot find space. But the opportunity to convert some of those followers of that bizarre religion from that O-Earth, those animalistic-headed weirdos, would be quite satisfying. And besides, don't they deserve a god that looks like them? And he looks at Zenise and Byleth with a deep, intense stare at Zenise specifically, since Byleth is kind of a tiefling, but not entirely.
Well, it doesn't sound too bad to me. I don't know.
Yeah, same.
Let's bring them here.
Well,
We
we need to
managed to
get them
find a
first.
way.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in agreement, why don't you just contact your friend, Tonker?
Well, we We can contact them, but I don't think they will be able to get here. The doors are closed into the city.
Leave that to me. I can help you there too.
Okay. I think the sending stone is still in Dalian's backpack, so I'm going to take it out and I'm going to give it a sneeze and say that I think it's best that you try to explain this.
I don't think so.
Well, somebody's got to explain it.
Can't we just tell them to come here and then explain when they come here?
You know what? I think that will be a lot easier than getting them to come here in the first place. I think that's a very wise
How to
choice.
how to explain the way, though, in 25 words.
I think your colleague has the right idea. Bring them here first, and then you can sell them on the idea.
Okay. Let's see. 25 words. And it's Tonker we're talking to. So I think we need to be very specific. Will you kind of have a path ready for them? They need to know where they're going to go.
I'll arrange it.
Okay, so should I just tell them to follow the paths that you show them?
Just tell Tonker to bring them.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna turn on the sending stone and just, hi Tonker. We have found a safe place for the tiefling. Can you bring them to us, please? Somehow you are going to know the way. That's it.
And there's a couple of minutes pause. I've let him know.
Okay.
And there's a magical shimmering. And suddenly the tieflings and Tonker appear in a circle near all of you.
That was easy.
The tieflings look very, very surprised. I mean, it's a magical environment. There's colors. They've got this giant floating head of what appears to be a tiefling in front of them. Fellow looks at you. What is this?
Welcome to your new home.
What? What do you mean? What is that?
This is Asmodeus. And good news, he says that if you live here in his temple and do his chores and take care of it for him, he'll take care of you. Doesn't that sound great?
Not the strongest argument, but not bad. Go ahead and roll persuasion. If you'd like, or something else.
I'm going to give
Persuasion's
her
fine.
my inspiration.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
yes.
you. And Lilith is like totally guiding me, right?
Oh, yes.
She's gonna give me hand signs.
I'm gonna be there and thumbs up. Yes, very excited.
Nodding enthusiastically. Like
I feel it. I feel the double crit failure coming. Oh.
Oh. Ooh, that was close. Thank you for the inspiration, that's for sure.
Oh, that passes? Oh, yes.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not sure if it passes, but you know how
Oh.
sometimes it's like not necessarily straight pass fail. It's more like like degrees of failure or success.
Mhm.
The two plus two would not have been good, and a two by itself would have been much worse. But 10 plus two, I mean, you know, Thela looks at you and so we're slaves?
No, no, you're more like workers. It's purely transactional. You don't even have to convert. And you can leave anytime you want after a whole year.
After the year is up.
So we have, you're leaving us here for a year and then we're free to go?
If you want to,
Yeah.
yes. And look at it like this. The kind of you staying in the dwarves city didn't quite pan out. There's no dwarves left because of the mold. And as you can see around here, it's no mold. It's safe.
And they look around and they see all these dead bodies.
Well, that there was a kind of disagreement between us and them, and they lost. Kind of.
Okay. Are you going to come back and get us after a year?
Well, maybe. Well, we can if you want to. Denise can keep in contact with you. And if you want us to come back and get you, but you can also leave on your own after a year. But if you want us to come and get you, we can. If we're alive.
Yeah, don't make promises you can't keep, right?
Yeah.
You need to work on the staying alive part.
Yeah, I know. I died twice.
Um,
And look at him. He looks like you. Got horns and everything.
roll a persuasion check yourself.
I don't have any inspiration anymore.
You can have mine.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Little inspiration daisy chain here.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be there and guide you.
Guide me too. Yay.
He looks like them.
He does. I actually don't think I have guidance set up, so I need to roll that by myself.
It's okay. Just roll it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
And they all kind of whisper amongst themselves. So this is a god of tieflings.
Mm-hmm.
And Asmodeus speaks for the first time amongst them. Well, technically, I'm non-denominational. I have followers in every corner of the universe, of all types. Entertainers, business people, politicians, lawyers, so many lawyers, accountants. Yes, some of the most powerful people in this realm are followers, some in secret and some openly. And many of them fit in very well in their societies. You'll be well cared for, and I will teach you to look after yourselves. At which point, you can sense, all of you can sense, that they are starting to buy into this idea. They whisper amongst themselves, and then Thela returns to the rest of you and says, I suppose it's as good an idea as any. We haven't really been welcomed before. We've been drafted. We've been essentially sold into slavery or indentured servitude. A chance to live a relatively safe and free life, following somebody who wants to teach us to be self-sufficient and understands something of what we've gone through. I mean, there's worse options, really, and what's a year in the grand scheme of things? We spent years in Neverwinter, and what did it get us? Besides, after that incident with the justiciar on the road, I'm not sure many of those other cities that have older gods that follow good would necessarily welcome us. Very well, we accept. And as she says that, Asmodeus's eyes blaze briefly, and those of you watching the tieflings see that all of their eyes blaze in synchronicity. And that's where we're going to stop for a little break.
Mm. Did we do a
Minute.
good thing? Or
I don't know.
Well, I don't care.
That's great.
goodish? Goodish. Yeah.
We did a thing.
We did a thing. We did.
That's for sure.
I didn't have to offer my soul. That's the only thing I care about.
It is like we finished a mini quest. Let's just move on to the next one.
Get on with it.
All right. Shall we call it 10 minutes?
Yes, sounds good.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Hi. We hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back,
Here,
hold my
earrings.
Here, my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
okay. Asmodeus looks, well, I mean, he doesn't look pleased, but he looks satisfied. The tieflings look a little bit relieved. Tonker looks a bit bewildered. Asmodeus says, So, as for our end of the bargain, you wished for some assistance against the black mold, and I promised to help you. He looks at Thela and says, You have something that would be helpful to them. I do? Your little sack. What, this? And she pulls out a large sack that she had stuffed in her backpack.
Mhm. Haha, I think I know what's coming.
Go ahead. Okay. And she reaches into it, and you hear some rummaging around, and she pulls out a whole bunch of various things. A little urn, a mace, a scroll, something that looks like a potion, a little stick that could be a wand of some sort, and a couple of gems, and a large looking bowl.
Yeah, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
They need that. But this is our water bowl. This is how we've been sustaining ourselves. You'll find all the water you need here. All right. I suppose. I mean, it wasn't really ours anyway. It was. I mean, technically, it was Sharmala's, but well, I suppose we could part with it. And she hands it to, I don't know, Mealy?
Sure, I don't think I know exactly what this is because I wasn't there when We fought Megara. But I can take it. I'm just gonna look at it.
It's
Nice.
beautiful. It's quite heavy, and it's quite large. Like if you put both of your hands out, it takes kind of both your hands and most of your forearms to carry this thing. And as you hold it, you see that there is a little pool of water at the bottom, which is strange because she's handled it in a way that you would have thought the water would have spilled out. It slowly refills over the course of the day.
Nice. And I'm just gonna look up and how is this going to help us?
Does anybody recognize this?
It can hold or help hold water elementals.
Oh,
I believe you may have had something to do with this, leaving Gauntlegrim and putting them in their current state. Returning it will help right the balance and eliminate the black mold in the city.
so this is the bowl that Tugger talked about? The one that
This
was
is
stolen? I know. Me know, but Mealy doesn't know.
Yes, this
Ah,
is the very one. Having probed your memories and having probed theirs, it's obvious that you two needed to have a chat about it. And so I've facilitated that. I've upheld my end of the bargain.
okay, good. Can we just ask for one more little favor? Can you point us in the direction of the throne room?
Well, why don't you ask your friend?
Which one? We have a lot here.
And Tonker just goes, huh? What?
Oh. Do you know where the throne room is?
No.
Can you get us to the throne room?
Why? Of course. I mean, I can't walk us there, but the only way I could get us there is by teleporting.
So you can teleport.
Why? Of course I can teleport.
Of course you can. That would have been helpful yesterday. Note to self, always ask if people can teleport.
I'll let anybody who wants have a free item interaction forehead slap.
Batch.
You had the bowl of water elementals with you the whole time. Teleporting wizard. Well, it's been an eventful day. You know, the Duragar make for good followers. Diligent, hard-working. But they're so dour. Look at this statue. I don't look anything like that. Who wants to worship at the foot of something that looks like that? Let me see. And the magic that fills the cavern seems to suddenly coalesce around the statue at the back of the cavern. That's better. And you see the statue of that rather imposing looking devilish, demonish figure changes. wiped away, and reconstructed. Now don't get any thoughts about my ruby scepter. The ruby rod is part of my image. That's not a real one, of course, but the ruby is. But stealing it would be a very bad idea.
Oh, we wouldn't think of it. All right. Should we take a short rest before heading to the throne room?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good
Now-
idea. I just hope he can hold on until we get there.
Yeah.
Hope who can hold on.
The guy, the king. King
Oh, right.
Goldgrim.
King Bruno, you mean?
Yes. I mean, I'm assuming
Hopefully.
he's there.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I'm assuming that he's in there.
Now, to be clear, I can't get us directly into the throne room, but I'm pretty sure I can get us into. Where was that exactly? It's someplace close to the throne room. I believe it's. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. I've got an image in my head, and I think it's pretty close. It's been a while since I've been here, so you'll have to be patient. Yes, feel free to take a rest if you'd like. Those of you just joining me now, if you would kindly begin the process of clearing away the bodies. You may recycle anything you find on them that may be useful, and the bodies themselves may be cremated in the fire in the center of the temple. My
Okay. Just gonna say thank you for your help, I guess.
my acolytes will show you where everything else should be placed.
Didn't we kill them all?
The followers of Asmodeus are as countless as the stars in the sky. Ultimately, anyone can enslave a group, but winning them over willingly, now that's a true challenge. And the two enlarged Duragar come down the steps, and they indicate that the tiefling should follow them. And together, they all retire back to the area beyond the steps. You suspect they'll do the cleaning after the indoctrination and processing has been completed. Tonker goes to the fire and starts warming his hands, trying to dry off after that lake-related incident.
How many people can you teleport, Tonker?
Oh, well, it depends. I can open a gateway if there's already a teleportation circle in place. And if that's the case, it's nearly limitless.
Okay.
If it's just teleporting to a location, then usually it's 8 people, including myself. Or 8 people, not including myself. It's the same number of people. It's just Uh, or I can teleport an object if you've got an object. I once teleported a sofa.
Okay. The place that where you were going to teleport us, is there a circle there or not?
Yes, there is a circle. And he closes his eyes and he puts one hand to his temple like he's trying to recall. Um, it's it's it does begin with a T, and it does have a circle in it.
Okay.
Uh, I don't think the throne room has a teleportation circle. They said something about it being uh, not
Safe?
secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't like the idea that anyone could just pop in unannounced.
That's understandable.
And one time I tried to pop in unannounced. I had a great sword, but it didn't go over very well. They got very upset. They didn't even want to see my sword. Would you like to buy a sword?
Mm, maybe later.
Oh, okay.
I am going to walk over to Cracker with the bowl. Just, can you please help me with this? It's really heavy.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll take that. I know where that goes.
How's Cracker going to carry it? Like a big salad bowl on top of her head, or
Oh, just in her hands.
okay?
Can we put it in the bag of holding?
Well, I guess I could. I just want to be really careful with it. Cracker puts it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Oddly enough, even though the water sloshes as you manipulate it into the bag of holding, as far as you can tell, it doesn't spill out. But at the same time, as you're handling it, maybe one of your thumbs gets into it, and it does actually go into the water. So it seems as if you can take water out if you wish to.
Okay, good. Good to know. This thing's really weird. I'm just gonna put it in the bag.
All right.
So should we go now or rest first?
Pug comes up and says, "Well, I definitely think you ought to take a rest if you're exhausted, but I'll be honest, if you're going to be teleporting into Gauntlgrim, I mean, they're all nice and all, but I'm not sure how they're all going to be acceptable in terms of bringing these three in." And he very blatantly points a thumb in the direction over his shoulder at the drow, the exceptionally friendly drow that you have in your group.
I mean, we're coming to rescue them. They really shouldn't be that snooty.
Which is something coming from Charlotte. Well, I mean, I don't disagree, but I'm just saying, having been invaded a couple of times by the drow, dwarves and Gauntlgrim tend to be of a swing a hammer first, ask questions later mentality.
Well, I think this is the perfect opportunity for them to bury the hatchet then.
Well, that's what I'm saying they're going to do.
Not into the drow. Metaphorically.
Meta
Dwarves
who?
are in trouble. Metaphorically, figuratively.
But why do we need to bring them?
Where else would they go?
I don't care.
We could leave them. They could become slaves. Just kidding.
Lilith.
And the three drow who overhear you say that, they kind of all laugh nervously. That's
Ah,
uh,
good one, Lilith.
I mean, are we supposed to take them back to a drow city, or what are the plan with those three? Are they just gonna follow us like puppies?
Well, if he's cleaning Gauntlgrim out of the mold, like he's getting rid of the mold for us, like he said he would, how does that affect these three?
I don't know.
Will it turn them back?
Probably.
Hmm. That's not good. I guess we can try and get them back to a drow city, close to a drow city, and then just like let them loose.
to infect everybody else.
Maybe that'd be nicer.
Yeah. They end up starting a new religion.
We set them free. We got them to a safe place here, and why can't they kind of find their own way back?
Maybe they can start a new religion and call it the Word, which is, think about it, guys.
I'm thinking, I don't get it.
Oh, word.
Uh,
Jesus.
Have you heard the good word? I just made that up.
I'm just thinking that you know what we are going to do when we get to the end, this dark, deeper in. Don't you think these three may be gonna become a liability? Stab us in the back?
Hmm. Maybe, but also maybe just let him go.
Yeah. I mean, we're not responsible for them or anything.
Maybe the king will know what to do with them. We can leave it to him to make that decision.
I'm just gonna say one thing. If we bring them into Guntelgrim and they get attacked, I'm not gonna help them.
Tonker, what do you think we should do?
Huh? What? And he's just sort of gazing into the fire without any sign that he's really following the conversation.
Well, Zenise, do you want to ask Vizarandi? I mean, sorry, the former archmage of
No, please. Enough.
Your friend, your best.
Yeah, my best friend.
Best buddy.
I don't think they are on good terms with each other. You would probably say kill them.
well, what did the drow want to do?
I think they said take over Gauntlgrim.
Mhm.
In
Okay.
a nice way.
Oh, well, surely they have a plan B.
Refer back to Plan A.
Oh. Hmm.
So does that? Yeah. I mean, Sophie, that's a good question. Charlotte can roll a history check if she'd like.
Oh, okay. 17 intelligence, don't fail me now. Yeah, 12.
That would be embarrassing. Yeah. So Charlotte will recall that they said that they were part of a group of drow that had come from Menzoberranzan. A whole house had moved from Menzoberranzan to Gauntlgrim when it was still largely abandoned. So prior to King Brunor retaking it, because it had been a dwarven city for a very long time, and then it was overrun and destroyed, and that's why there are all these ghosts. And then Gauntlgrim ended up being retaken on behalf of the dwarves by King Brunor, who's a direct descendant of some of the previous kings. But in between, a number of different groups moved in and took over sections, including the mind flayers that you've encountered, as well as this particular House of Drow. And they were trying to turn this into another sister city to Menzoberranzan.
Oh, well, I guess we just send them packing on the way back to Menzoberranzan, right?
Sounds good. Off you go.
There we are.
You're just going to leave us here? But we don't know how to get to Menzoberranzan. We don't even know where we are exactly.
Well, if you tag along with us, you're probably going to meet your untimely end. It's where we're going. You're not going to be very welcome.
Bug will whisper to Cracker, I think those stairs over there lead to the mines. Because I'm looking at some of these slaves and they've got mine dust on them. Some of them are even glittering. They've been digging around looking for diamonds or something.
So we could just send you down into the mines? Is that what you mean?
Me? No, I don't want to go in the mines. I'm just saying, if they're from the deeper part of the city, this might be the way to go.
I'm going to relay that to the group.
Of course, there's no guarantee it's safe. But if you get them into the mines, they should be able to find their way into the general Underdark or the parts of the city that they're still living in.
Well, I mean, that sounds fair. So Cracker could point at the mines and say, hey, you could go that way. I think that's the right way. Keep going down.
Yeah. Why don't we have a persuasion check by Cracker?
9.
Mm,
Number 9.
she says the words, but her heart's not really in it. Would that be fair to say?
Well, Cracker just doesn't know what to do with them. It's like, tries to shoo them off and they don't go away. Could white wolf them, but I don't know what else to do.
White Wolf?
Jack London, White Wolf.
Yeah,
Go
I
on,
know the
get-
reference. Yeah. Which was actually, for people who didn't realize, that's where George R.R. Martin got the idea for not Sansa, the other one.
Arya?
Arya to drive off hers.
Anyone else?
Just measuring out the fireball just in case. Proactively. We've got too many hangers on. I'm getting tired of his ridiculous accents. Let's just kill half of them.
Uh,
Get the pig guy too, because I don't want to hear that music again.
yeah, I don't
Plus,
mind that idea. That's
plus you'd get bacon out of it, right? That's the best part.
yummy.
Pug just looks at you while he protectively looms over Theodore. We've been together so long. We feel like we've shared some times together. Perhaps if you escort us down into the mines, we can part ways down there.
I mean, that sounds like a great idea. We could do that after. Do you want to just wait for us here while we go and take care of something else first?
Oh, no. Loth would not like the idea of us staying here for very long, no.
I guess she wouldn't.
For some reason, and we never really understood why, whenever we talk about Asmodeus in our communing with our goddess, she becomes very irate and, well, let's just say she obviously feels very strongly about him for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess you're coming with us for now.
Like I said, I'm not gonna protect them if the dwarves attack them.
Nah, it's okay. We'll try and talk them out of it, but yeah, I hear you. So it might be a good
Okay.
idea when we get to the dwarves that you get down on your knees and you beg for mercy.
Is Cracker doing this in a way to be intimidating? Just
Yeah,
general good advice? Okay.
Cracker's going to be intimidating because
Okay.
otherwise you're dead and you won't be seeing like those mines and we won't be helping you because you'll be dead.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's.
8.
Well, you can do it with advantage, right? Because
Okay.
you naturally have advantage on
Oh yeah,
intimidation
I do.
checks. Ooh, the 24. Well done. Ah, yes, that's a fair that's a fair point, actually. Well, hopefully it won't come to begging, but I suppose as long as we're not deliberately trying to run into the dwarves. I appreciate you're trying to get there, but I think there's a reasonable there must be a reasonable path to take where we get to where we're going without you dragging us into the dwarven kingdom. No offense, she says to Pug.
Have you been paying attention? We are going in to Graven Hollow to save the dwarves. That's
Graven
where we are
Hollow?
going. Yeah.
The library of Graven Hollow?
No, not Graven. Gauntlegrim. Sorry.
Have you been paying attention, Mealy?
Yeah. We started with a G, so it's close.
Lathander, Helm, and the other one.
The other one. To Gauntlegrim.
I like
That's where we're
Sophie's
going.
response. Have you been paying attention? That was pretty good. Nice riposte. Well, yes, we understand that you're going into Gauntlegrim, but we're also in Gauntlegrim. We're just in a different level of Gauntlegrim. You know, Gauntlegrim is a very large city. It is essentially the size of a mountain underground.
Yeah, well, we are going into the throne room.
Yes. Well, we don't need to go into the throne room with you, although I probably shouldn't say this, but eventually it would be nice for us to have the throne room again like we had for many years.
Well, that's not going to happen now.
Well, we don't know that. We'll see. In any case, no, we don't need to go with you to the throne room. But we don't know our way around here, and if this will get us into the mines and into the deeper section of the city, then I'm sure we'll find a landmark where we recognize our way and we can work our way back to our people.
Well, we're going to teleport to the upper levels.
Yes.
We're not going through the mines.
I thought we agreed that you would escort us into the mines and then we'd
Like
go
we
our
said,
separate
after
ways.
we're done, we can do that, but not now. We don't have time for that now.
But aren't you teleporting close to the throne room?
Yes, we are.
Then I'm confused. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just I didn't understand. You don't you want us to go to the throne room with you now?
Well, we want you to go to the mines yourself, but you insist on following us.
No. We were in agreement. You would never have gotten out of that other area if it hadn't been for us showing you how to do so and hearing the tapping of this fine fellow,
Yeah,
which
well,
she
we
says with
released you from the pods, so even.
so you're trying to persuade them to leave now? Is that what you're trying to
Well,
do?
like I said, we are going to the closest way to the throne room. We are going to teleport. And if they want to come, sure, but then they are in the midst of the city.
Well, I
Personally,
suppose.
merely wants to get rid of them. I don't want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's pretty obvious
yeah. Been pretty obvious from the start.
from the start. Okay. Well, I suppose we can. Well, why don't we do this? Everybody roll a d20, and whatever the average is will determine which path they take, whether they stick with you guys or they head off on their own. Well, that seems definitively below 10. Well, I suppose it makes sense for us to make our way on our own. There's no point in taking unnecessary risks. It was very nice seeing all of you and meeting you, and I wish you all good luck. Well, I'll be honest, I don't really wish you good luck in terms of saving the dwarves, but if you do manage to find out that they're all dead, do be a dear and send us a message and let us know.
Good luck.
Ta-ta.
Good luck. And one of them leans in to try to give you a goodbye hug, and you see that she's covered in black mold.
Me? Merely?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, I'm just gonna take two steps back. Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Nope.
like a cat not wanting to be pet. Kind of
Yeah.
like,
After like the fourth person kind of steps back, she gets the message. Oh, I see. I thought we were friends. Fine. Well, anyway, bon voyage, I suppose. Good luck. Let's go. And they all head down into the dark.
Oh, finally.
I'm gonna listen for screams. Just hopefully listen for screams. Ah, nothing.
There's no,
Shoot.
there are no screams. But then again, the goblin slaves did come up from fairly close, so presumably it's safe within a reasonable distance. Hug says, "Whew, thank God you got rid of them. Whew. I was tired of having to keep one eye open while I was asleep. I'm not like you elves. I need a full 8 hours. So, what next? We're gonna head out?
it's a good plan.
Sure.
You,
If
you
nobody
might.
else needs a rest, we can head out now.
Yeah, just let me check if this dead priest have any potions on him.
Well, they don't have any potions. They just have a few gold pieces each. The full assortment of weapons, including several whips and long swords and spears. The tieflings, though, did leave those things that they pulled out of the bag, and they left them on the ground, with the exception of the small wand. They took that back.
Can I look at the scroll?
Yes.
See what it was.
Let's see. Would you be able to read this scroll? I think you can. Yes. So Lilith will recognize this as a very powerful scroll of true seeing, which provides one creature the ability to have true sight for 1 hour. And true sight is a. I'll just post it into the Roll20. Allows you to see through all kinds of illusions into other planes. You can see things that have undergone some sort of transformational magic. Anything that's invisible, you can see in darkness. And it is usable by a cleric as well as the wizards and the sorcerers in your group.
I'm gonna look at Daria and say, "This is a very powerful scroll. You might want to." Oh, Sinise, I mean, might want to keep an eye on this one because she's probably the most powerful of us.
I think Byra should have it. If she will be powerful enough, she can copy that later.
Gonna hand it to Violet.
Thank you. Very cool spell.
Do I recognize the potion she took out of the?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. What would you like, Arcana or?
Violet, do you know what this is? I'm not that, or Charlotte, I'm not that intelligent.
Maybe. Let us take a look. Uh,
I'll try to help you and guide you as good as I can.
What did you roll?
I haven't rolled.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Arcana? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Or you could use identify as well.
Oh, well.
Well, the 21
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Okay.
Damn.
You think that this is a potion of greater healing.
Ooh. I'll tell you that.
I guess you should give it to Cracker, even if it feels like Miali could use it.
Yeah.
Mealy's fine.
I'm fine.
Cracker.
How many hit
Well,
points does this person need anyway, really?
Yeah.
I give it to Mia Lee. I mean, I'm all right. But if
Well,
nobody else wants it, I'll take
I think it's best just to save it to be used in combat, and you are usually the one who takes the most hits. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna come up to Millie and here you go. Drink this and give her normal potion of healing.
really spend those when we're not fighting.
That is a good point. It's a
Yeah.
good idea, but it's the spell slots regenerate. Potions don't.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of was hoping for a short rest. And I could.
Yeah,
Kind
you
of.
guys could definitely take a short rest if you don't mind the dead bodies.
Nope.
The monster smell just yet.
Yeah, it's a dry environment.
Yeah.
Alright.
We can have some roasted dwarf in the fire.
I mean, they're gray dwarves, but Pug is still going to be completely
Just
repulsed.
kidding. I'm just kidding. And I'm gonna look at his pig. Theodore.
Don't you dare!
Just kidding.
Don't you worry,
Gonna take the
Theodore.
dry ration and start eating.
I wouldn't let them do anything to you. Besides, if anybody's going to eat Theodore, it's going to be me.
Yeah, you stand your. So are we okay to take a short rest?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just
Do your
gonna
thing.
point at the gems for Charlotte to look at.
Oh, yeah.
Gems, you say?
Yeah,
Where are the gems?
Here, where
there's a
the tiefling left them.
little
Didn't
pile
you
of
pay
stuff.
attention?
Yes, exactly.
I want to take the gems.
Yes. So there was a full complement of stuff in the sack, but since you guys didn't insist on upending it, the amount that they took out will be slightly randomized. So, Sophie, why don't you roll a d6?
5.
All right. So there are 6 gems. And you can roll a d4.
Okay.
Okay. So 4 of them
4.
are rubies and emeralds and sapphires. And you think they're worth a decent amount, but not exceptional. And the other
Rubies
2
and emeralds
and
and
2
sapphires.
sapphires. Yes. One, and 2 rubies, emeralds, 2 sapphires. And then the remaining 2 are beautiful large diamonds,
Ooh.
very shiny.
Oh my goodness, it's a veritable treasure trove. Don't mind if I do. Yoink. I'll collect them in my arms. Ooh, they're magnificent.
They're not that big. You don't need like your arms to carry them.
Oh, damn it. I was imagining giant gems.
I mean, they're not like the size of a pizza or bowling ball or anything. But you do think that they might be the right size and shape and color and value for some of those special spells that you know about that can bring people back to life.
Ugh.
It's like,
Well,
not really treasure. Okay. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
fine. I'll dispense of the diamonds to Lilith here, begrudgingly. Here, Lilith. I think you can make better use of these than I can.
That's very kind of you, Charlotte. Thank you.
Oh, I know. I know. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Take good care of them, my dear.
I'm
I
so
hope I
glad
don't have to use
Charlotte's
them.
not a rogue.
Yes.
I do feel like Charlotte is so interested in this. She ought to take a different background as some sort of a merchant or gemologist or something.
Oh, I want to use my arcane recovery, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I posted it.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
Me
you.
too.
I won't post it again then. Yeah, I'm just gonna recover 3 level 1 spell slots.
Okay.
Bloop.
I'm gonna recover 2 level 1 and 1 level 2 spell slots.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm just gonna recover a level 2 spell.
Okay.
I can
Oh,
take
I hit dice too.
that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
good enough.
Okay.
Actually, I'll use another one. Yeah.
Hey. And there's still the mace.
Mace, huh?
There was a mace that was taken as well.
I'm not really a mace kind of girl, I gotta say.
Neither am I. Too bulky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not
Two of you can
not
use
fitting.
maces.
Not fitting for delicate ladies like ourselves.
No.
Everybody looks at Cracker.
Well, I mean, I'll take any weapon, but seems more like, religious person's sort of thing.
I mean, I
Actually,
could
why?
look at the mace, but I'm pretty happy with my Blightbringer mace.
I want to ask, why do clerics favor blunt instruments, Lilith? Is there a particular reason?
Well, they look cool.
Do they? It's just a ball and a stick.
Not always. I mean, they swing. Can make them look very intimidating. And they can have like these sharp edges. I mean, kind of.
Yeah. You can roll religion or history or if you'd like.
Yeah, I can do that. 7.
Okay. You think that part of it comes from the idea that originally religious leaders who went into war, such as a crusade, although they were uh, essentially morale officers for the armies they were part of or even led, they still held to their tenets in many cases that they should not spill blood. And so blunt weapons were preferred for that reason.
I'm just gonna crush the bones. Not
Exactly.
spill blood. Yeah.
Not at all hypocritical. Yep.
Very interesting. And what about you, Lilith? Do you prefer not to spill blood?
I prefer. I actually just prefer them dead.
Very pragmatic. I can respect that. Well, enough dilly-dallying. Should we get to the throne room?
So here's your spiritual weapon spear.
Ooh, that looks amazing.
So I'll try to fix it up to make it look more like a round thing later. Okay. Yes, enough dilly-dallying. And there's the spell scroll for the true seeing, which I'm going to clean up as well. Okay. So, yeah. Are you guys all ready?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yep.
All right. Who wants to say what to Tonker?
Beam me up. No. Um, let's all gather together and go into the throne room together. How about it?
Yes. Let's venture forth.
He says, "Now I I think I remember I told you I remember a circle, and it's definitely it's a circle. So we're just gonna pop into the circle."
Sounds good. I'm just gonna close my eyes and hope for the best.
I mean, he's not gonna drop us in the middle of a lava pit, is he? I mean, he wouldn't do that.
That's how we'll all die.
Oh, please don't say such
So
things.
lame.
Relying on some mentally addled wizard who's so out of it that he thinks broken brooms and shovels are magical swords. You all feel a tingling. You hear some sounds, and you appear at the top of what seems to be both steps as well as seating carved into a dark room. It's a very large chamber. It has columns carved into it, but it also seems to be deliberately designed to take advantage of the natural beauty of the stone. You see quite a few what appear to be undead. Some of them, they all seem to be dwarves of various types. Some of them are just standing kind of mindlessly, or at least they might appear mindless, but they're definitely at attention. There are a few slightly different ones down at the bottom. and one fellow wielding what appears to be some sort of a crossbow, perhaps, or some kind of a weapon.
Ooh, interesting. I call dibs.
Oh, I was going to say that.
And
Rolling.
there's one fellow that doesn't look like a dwarf or a zombie standing off to the side. Why did he
Goodness.
clear the turn order?
What is going on?
And
Is
there's the wizard type. It's hard to
They
see
look
him.
so nice.
Is that his skin or is he wearing a mask?
Sorry, did you ask a question?
Yes. Is that his skin or is he wearing a mask?
Would you be able to tell from this distance?
They call me Charlotte Eagle Eye. I'll see what. No, I don't know. No idea. Probably not. I'll
You
have to
you
get closer.
you nearly gaslit me into believing that.
My morals are too good.
Okay. Well, anyway. Everybody roll initiative. Yes, thank you very much,
I'm just
Sophie.
gonna drag myself
Oh.
to the map.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, wow.
We both going for the crossbow. Sure.
Okay.
The race is on, honey.
Yeah.
Yvonne, would you like to roll initiative for some of these guys?
How's that? 11?
Yeah, okay. We'll call it 9 since they're on the slow end, but it doesn't really make any difference. So they basically go ahead, they go after basically almost everybody else except for Denise. Okay. Well, since Charlotte was the one who wanted to sort of initiate things, and it turned out that she also rolled very high, I'm going to put Charlotte in front of me. If that's okay with everyone.
Okay.
No.
This is your moment to shine.
Okay. The one who kills more gets the crossbow. Fireball.
That's cheating. I don't have fireball.
Oh my gosh. Just right off the bat, huh? Not even buying anybody a drink first.
Oh, maybe I'll regret not trying to
No, no,
speak.
it's
But I
too
always
late
feel like we
now.
try to speak and then they attack us anyway. So you know what?
Fuck it.
Die, everyone. Death to all undead.
Taking
think that's-
action.
I think 30 is too big, isn't it?
That's a big fireball.
Yeah.
It's 20-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
How many can I get?
Well, it depends on where you center it, I suppose.
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean, you could
This
put
is
it
pretty
there.
good.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
this
good.
looks good to me.
Okay,
I'll put
hang
it
on.
here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
And now, how many was that? Actually, I didn't count.
Well, it's the outer edge is these guys. And then of course everybody closer to you. So we'll just keep track of it that way.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. So, oh lordy, I'll do the 6 closest to me first.
Did you say oh lordy?
Yes. Hiya.
Okay. Wow. Okay, the 6 closest to you. Thank you very much. This one, we'll just say this one makes the save. I'll just randomly pick one. That one makes the save. And the others explode in the fireball, completely immolated. Well, actually, I should say, before I do that, would you roll 4 d20s?
Yes. 10, 10, 18, 14.
Okay.
Should
So
I roll the others?
one of them is going to survive that. One of the ones that you almost destroyed will actually survive the fireball. So 3 of them are completely immolated. One is nearly destroyed, but as it falls down, it stands back up again. And the remaining 2 are very seriously burned. And the 3 that are destroyed, not only are they destroyed, but when they are destroyed, they literally explode in ash and black mold.
Oh. I made the
Okay.
right decision.
Yes. So there's the 3 up here. Let's do those 3.
2
Okay.
saves. 1 save and 2 fails. I'm
Yep. So
assuming.
roll 2 more d20s, please.
1, 8.
Okay. So they'll both be destroyed, and they also explode. And then you still have 2 down here.
1 save.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Yep. You could practically run this game yourself. And give me another d20 for that one, if you would.
13.
Okay. So that is destroyed. Well done.
And I'm not done.
Now,
I'm gonna push the I'm gonna telekinetic push the one closest to us.
okay.
I'll just post the thingy again.
Yep. Thank you. And as soon as you do that, before Amelia gets to go, the unusual looking one with all the finery, who doesn't look like a dwarf, shouts, "No, no, no, cut! The fireball doesn't come until the 3rd act." And that's where we'll stop. Sorry, I know it feels like everybody else should get a chance to go, but it felt like the right time to stop.
Oh yeah. Very exciting.
I just waste a fireball on a fop. Well, now I want his hat too.
You want his hat too?
Yeah. As recompense. Recompense.
For the use of your spell slot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was getting the jump in like an epic hard fight, and it's like, oh no, it's just a it's just a play.
I mean, you were getting a jump on it. You just, well, anyway.
We'll see next week.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, see you guys next week, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye.
It was
See you
fun.
guys. That was
Bye-bye.
fun.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.